Hello, I'm Ganzo the Gamer.
And I'm Dr. Venture Senior for Podsixclub, and today we're going to discuss an important and often overlooked part of Magic the Gathering, the card back. Magic is an ever-evolving game with new keywords and mechanics being introduced with the release of most new expansions. However, one thing that has stayed constant is the design of the back of Magic cards, but since they are often hidden by sleeves, they aren't something players tend to think about. Yet when taking a look at the card back, one thing that has always stood out is the Deckmaster logo. What does it represent, and why has it managed to remain there for the entirety of the game's history? I recently did some reading up on it and found the answers to these questions and several other interesting facts about the backs of Magic the Gathering cards.
Magic the Gathering was first printed in 1993, and everything from the shape of the cards, the design of the card frames, to even the cardstock it is printed on has gone through many iterations. But that iconic card back has managed to become the one aspect that has never changed. The designer in charge of the card back was Jasper Meerforce, the original art director for the game. The card back image itself is meant to represent the front cover of your spellbook containing the multitude of spells at your command, and was best illustrated by the look of the original starter deck box. The logo is a persistent aspect of the card back that has changed elsewhere. Magic once used the original blue logo in all of its marketing materials. The logo has gone through several changes, the first of which were color changes to make it pop in marketing materials. And that's not counting the last major redesign from October 2017.
Deckmaster. What is the Deckmaster logo on the card back design, and what does it represent? This is one of the most prominently puzzling aspects of the card back design, and why we went down this card back rabbit hole in the first place. According to Henry Stern, former senior designer and design manager, when Magic the Gathering was being born, there was no such thing as a trading card game. We wanted to create a brand identity for our trading card games, thus was born Deckmaster. In the beginning, WotC really did promote the Deckmaster brand, and the Deckmaster logo appeared on our first 3 trading card games, Magic, Vampire the Eternal Struggle, and Netrunner. The problem was, the populace wasn't buying into the Deckmaster brand identity, so Deckmaster was dropped from future products, and did not appear on Battletech, our 4th trading card game. And as the need for consistent card backs required for the purposes of fair play overruled any design changes they may have wanted to make, they haven't changed the card back's design, and so the Deckmaster logo remains.
Wizards of the Coast had toyed with the idea of other card back designs during the development of Arabian Nights, and were planning on having a different card back for each subsequent expansion. This would have played off the idea of your deck as a spellbook that was individually customized with pages taken from different spellbooks, in the form of cards. Each new expansion would be a different book to pull spells from. The idea was obviously abandoned in the interest of fairness, as it could give players a heads up on the cards they could be drawing next from their deck. Then, again, during the development of Tempest, WotC played around with the idea of having cards with draw triggers that had different card backs, so players could see them coming to anticipate and play accordingly. But once again, in the interest of fairness, they decided to keep the card backs the same for all cards. So for various reasons, and despite a few attempts, Wizards of the Coast has not changed the design of the card back since the days of Alpha. But as history shows, the idea has been explored to varying degrees. So the question arises, could they change the card backs in the same way they've done to the symbols, logo, and even the card frame?
While WotC could do whatever they deem best for the game, it's hard to imagine it wouldn't be initially viewed as a huge impact to one aspect of the card design that has always been constant in the game's 25+ year history. However, the amount of time its potential impact is felt could vary greatly depending on how players engage with Magic. If WotC did ever decide to change the card backs, one way to look at how long it would disrupt things and how long players would feel the impact of the change is by taking a look at the popular and officially supported formats. As Mark Rosewater has said, the change would have zero impact on limited formats and would only affect Standard for a year, so not much would change for 2 of the most popular and widely supported formats. He goes on to say, it would have an ongoing impact on formats with older cards, but the mere fact people are playing with older cards greatly increases the chances that they play with sleeves already. And while he brings up a good point about the likelihood of use of sleeves for modern and legacy formats, what about Pauper, Chaos Drafts, or even just casual play? Even if the majority of players are likely to be using sleeves, not all do, so changing the back could alienate those players who don't sleeve for varying reasons, and would ultimately force players to buy sleeves. However, with the continued support for legacy and modern formats through tournaments and reprint sets, one would imagine the card back as we know it will be around for a good long while.
Though in the end, only WotC knows. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let us know by hitting the like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe and let us know in the comments below. We hope to catch you in the next one.